Hey guys, it's your girl Londyn, and I'm going to say it once again. You have probably seen this shirt and this makeup probably 4 or 5 times because I took the opportunity to go ahead and film a lot of videos because this beginning of the year is very, very busy for me. We're doing renovations on my house, so I'm sorry, but at least you guys know I'm not faking it till I make it. I didn't switch up the top. I didn't try to add different colors in my eyeshadow. This is it. And this is real. This is how you have to do it sometimes. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what is going on this year. So if you guys have noticed, I have a lot of Project Pan videos that you guys have been seeing. And that is because as I was going through my makeup room, which is also my office, so it serves a dual purpose now because I work from home, and putting things away, because again, we're doing renovations on the house and we're going to be doing my office area, I noticed how much makeup I had. And I knew I had a lot, and I was always thrilled about having a lot of makeup. But when I was going through it, it kind of went from thrill to womp. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys today about, is what I'm going to be doing on the channel to kind of change that womp back to a thrill. So if you guys want to hear about that, hear about what I'm going to be doing, then go ahead and stick around because we're going to get right into it. Okay guys, I know that was a super long intro, kind of went a little badazy there, but what I'm talking about is that I'm going to be doing a low buy this year. I know, I'm a little terrified too, to be quite honest with you. I've watched a ton of videos on low buys. I thought I'd do a no buy, and I was like, you know what, I can't just jump into the deep end of the pool. We gotta crawl. Your girl ain't that tall. We gotta make it over. Otherwise, we're going to drown. So right now, we're holding on to the side of the pool, and we're gently pushing ourselves over with a low buy. So with this low buy, what I did was, first off, I kind of cleaned out a lot of my makeup. I didn't film it or anything, and I gave literally 2 boxes of makeup and skincare to my mom and my sister over Christmas. They took it all, and then anything they didn't want, my sister gave to her friend's daughters. She has, a couple of daughters, and gave it to them so that way they could have it. So I was glad to have it gone. I was glad that people were going to be able to utilize it, but I really needed to cleanse a big portion of my collection. I still have a ton. It still left me with way too much. So what I am doing is the low buy. I said, I'm going to do a low buy. I can't do a no buy. That's a little too scary, like I said, but the low buy I think I could work with. What I was doing with the low buy when I was watching a lot of videos, I was trying to figure out, is it the amount of products? Is it the amount of money that's being spent? What is it that I'm trying to kind of tackle with the low buy? Because I don't want it to be where it's so suffocating that I'm setting myself up for failure. I want to have realistic expectations. And that is that pretty much I'm like Ariana Grande, y'all. I see it, I want it, I got it, I bought it. That's it. I see it, it comes out, I buy it, and that's how I ended up with 120 palettes that I purchased last year. I have one face, and so now I'm reaching the 500 palette mark. Let's not even talk about blushes and skincare and primers. I think I have like 40 or 50 primers. Don't think you need that, but here I am. I have them. So I'm really trying to use up my stuff, and that's why there's so many Project Pans on my channel this year. I am still going to be purchasing some new items. Again, this is just a low buy, but definitely not at the rate that I used to purchase them. To be honest with you, I didn't do videos on half the stuff. I would get it, have it shipped overnight or 2-day shipping, then wouldn't even do the video on it. I have a bucket of palettes I've never done a video on. Of the 120 palettes I purchased last year, I think I did a video on maybe 4 or 5. Like, it was disgusting. It was ridiculous, quite honestly. So what I did is I went through all of my emails, and I was signed up for a lot. And I went through and unsubscribed from every single beauty place that I had listed. It was a lot. It's hard to find those unsubscribe buttons. At the same time, you're kind of looking at, ooh, Pat McGrath has another 30% off as you're trying to find the unsubscribe. It was hard. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I did it. And now I still go back and I look at my email every couple of minutes, because I used to get, 10, 15 emails every time I would reload it. And now, nothing. One every couple hours for, a bank purchase or a bill that was paid, or insurance, or something minute like that, but nothing like I was getting before. So that was the first step I did. Then I asked myself, is it the amount that I'm spending, or is it the amount of items that are coming in? The amount that I'm spending isn't a problem, but at the same time, I'm spending it on things that I'm not necessarily utilizing to me, appropriately. There's better usage for that money. So although money is not the problem, it kind of becomes a bit of a problem when it's being spent kind of haphazardly. You know what I mean? Very impulsively. It also is giving me too many items. So I don't want to get any more storage for my items. I don't want to have 5,000 Alex drawers. I want my makeup to fit in the storage that I have, and that's it. I don't want to have my room overrun with that. I want it to look like a beautiful office that has makeup in my closet that's stored. I don't want to have walls of makeup. It's just not what I want anymore. So I had to look at that. So what I set up was, it's going to be $1,200 a year. And I know that sounds like a lot, but guys, if you knew, sometimes that's what was being spent a month. Okay? So I don't even want to count up what I've spent in a year. So $1,200 is not a lot. That's $100 a month. I don't have to spend just $100 a month, but I have $1,200 total for the year. So anything that comes in gets deducted from that, and it is what it is when it's up. I do have birthday money that's coming in because January is my birthday. Christmas just passed. I did get some gift cards and some money and things like that. And I will definitely notate that because that is not in the $1,200. Neither is PR. PR is not in the $1,200. Of course, if anybody provides me with a gift, it's not in the $1,200. And I also have subscription boxes. So I have Ipsy and I have BoxyCharm. Anything that comes from there is not in the $1,200, clearly. So there are some caveats to kind of those. I will make sure I list all these kind of rules that I have for myself down in the information box. But $1,200 of my actual dollars a year is what I have to spend. And again, it sounds like it's a lot, but when you look at the price of palettes, my Gucci palette, that was $120. Pat McGrath, you're looking at $60, $80, depending on how much you get. So it goes very, very quickly when you're purchasing things like that. And this is not just for makeup. For me, I'm doing this for makeup, for perfume, because I love perfume and I buy a ton of perfume, sight unsmelled. It just drops and I buy it. This is for clothes. So this is for everything that I purchase. You guys will see the makeup piece. And if I buy anything else, I'll let you guys know. Maybe pop a picture up. This is, I'm telling you guys about the makeup piece. And then the amount of items. So I do not want any more than 12 makeup eyeshadow palettes to come into my collection this year. That's significantly different. So I really have to not be so impulsive. I really have to look at palettes and really think, do I need this palette? Am I buying it just because the cover's pretty? Am I buying it just because I want to finish a collection? Am I buying it just because I feel like I need to have it because everybody else is using it and it must be amazing, but I'm not even really that into it? Am I buying it because it's on sale and now it's from $60 to $20? The Huda Beauty, she had that freaking retro palette. Buy one palette, get that one for free, buy it for $25. I already had it and I was thinking about buying more simply because it was so cheap. So really giving myself time to process what is drawing me to the palette, having time to come in to my own collection and look at my collection and see, one, do I have these shades in my collection already? And two, really just to remind myself of the mass amount of palettes that I already have. So that way I can almost feel that overwhelmingness. So it will push me back from the impulsivity. Because I notice that when I buy it, I forget about all that I have. And I forget about the overwhelmingness until it comes in. And I have to go put it up. And I'm feeling that panic of, oh my God, there's so much in here. I need to feel that before I purchase it. So deleting the emails, unsubscribing, setting a monetary amount, and also setting a numerical amount. So $1,200 a year. Only 12 palettes, eyeshadow palettes can come into my collection because that's my big thing. I have a lot of foundations. I have a lot of blushes. But to be honest with you, it's the eyeshadow palettes that are my big thing. The other things I can curb myself on. But the eyeshadow palettes is what I have a big, big problem with impulsively buying. So those are the things. $1,200, 12 eyeshadow palettes. That's it. As far as blushes, I don't want any more than 5 to come into my collection this year. And foundations, those can come in, but for every foundation I purchase, a foundation has to leave. So if I want to get a new foundation, then I have to pick one from my collection to get rid of. Because I do go through several foundations. It depends on if you're oily, if you're dry, color changing, things like that. So for foundations, that is a 1-for-1. You want a new foundation? Fine. You've got to chuck a foundation. Is what it is. 1 in, 1 out. Blushes, no more than 5. can come into the collection this year. Because like I said, I don't have a problem with it, but I just don't need any more of them. Like, I really don't need any more blushes. And then palettes, only 12 eyeshadow palettes can come into the collection this year. And then with perfumes, that is kind of a rotational. I need to look at my items first because my family does buy me a lot of perfumes. So although those are, I want to say a problem for me, I love perfumes. I definitely use them. I don't need to buy so many at one time. I'll buy like 10 perfumes at one time. Don't ask me why, but I will. So we don't really need to have anything for that. That can just fall into the $1,200. So I'm really hoping that the project pans help me stay on this track throughout the year. I hope that by doing monthly updates with you guys and showing you guys what I got this month, and then signify if they were from a BoxyCharm or from an Ipsy, which again are not my $1,200, what things I did buy to start deducting from my $1,200 and from the numerical amount, kind of keeping me on track and keeping me accountable that way. I'm hoping that that will really help me break away from the, ooh, I see all these other people getting it, I need to have it too, ooh, it just dropped, ooh, it's pretty, ooh, I want to finish a collection, ooh, it's on sale, ooh, everybody's talking about the sales, making sales videos, that will help. Oh, you see, the good Lord said, absolutely, girl. Okay, give me 2 seconds because the light just went out. I'm going to fix that. 2 seconds, guys. Okay, guys, we're back. I tried to make sure I was in the same position, but if I'm not, clearly, it's because I had to fix the lighting situation. Because the good Lord was like, preach, amen, shut the lights down, drop the mic, right? Because I was talking about being a little wild and out of control with all the makeup I would see and want to purchase. So I also have started to curate my YouTube and Instagram feeds a little bit more. I noticed that basically, again, I see it, I want it, I like it, I bought it. And when I see other people doing Sephora VIB sales, Christmas sales, Black Friday sales, it just shows me all the things I could have. And because monetarily I can afford to get them, it's like, what's the big deal? Well, there is a big deal. There's a big deal because it's money being wasted impulsively. And it's a big deal because I have too many items and I don't want to have that many items. Like I said, I gave my mother and my sister 2 huge boxes. I am happy I was able to give people makeup and skincare and that's going to be used, but I shouldn't have 2 huge boxes, like 2 massive boxes to take home. Like they had 4, when they put them into bags, we had these bags you can put Christmas presents in and you just tie them instead of wrapping them. They had 4 bags that they took, and then a big tote that they took to the girls. My sister was giving the rest of the stuff too. I shouldn't have that because that to me is just wasted money down the drain on things that I'm never going to use, things I'm never going to be able to get to. So I want to stop that. So I need to curate my feed more to a lot of panners, a lot of project panners, people who still review new items, but it's not all about the new. It's about a good mix of new items that you really took time to process and think about before you purchase them, and you really do think you'll enjoy them, and you have a reason why you're getting it, and then also utilizing all your old stuff, whether it's in project pans or just things like my Resurrection Shadow Day, really reviving those old palettes and getting some use out of it, or primers you haven't used or things like that, and doing speed reviews on them. Like I don't do full reviews or even fast reviews on anything, so it doesn't push me to use things. So doing that, so watching a lot more of those channels and less of the channels that just every week they have 3 videos, and the videos are all about 10 new products that they got, whether it's in PR, whether they purchased them. It's always new, and you never see them use it again. You never see them talk about it again. And then in turn, I kind of engage in that same behavior. I buy things, use them once, if that, never talk about them again, never use them again, put them away and forget about them. And I don't want to be doing that with the things that I'm purchasing. So I had to really cultivate and curate, and I'm still doing it, my YouTube content that I'm watching and my Instagram content that I am viewing on my feed. I really had to pull myself back from that because I realized that was very overwhelming for me, and it was enticing for me to see that and to feel almost like you were like a part of that group. It's almost like a unknown clique when you can buy the same things as somebody else. You feel like you're in it with all these people who have the same thing and are excited about the same thing, but then you're still excited about it. Nobody else is talking about it. And so it's like, oh, Okay, there's a new thing. Okay, get that. And you don't even realize that you're feeling like you're pulled into this group where it's very exciting, but you never actually talk to these people. And then you realize you're doing the same behaviors where you're not reusing it. I have no idea what they do when they're off camera. They could be using these things up, but because I don't see it, I'm enacting behaviors where I just put it away. So I really need to kind of hold myself accountable for what it is I'm viewing and the behaviors that I'm engaging in. I really had to kind of fall back, sit, hold myself accountable, and start curating. So those are the things I'm doing. I am hoping to be successful. Like I said, this is a bit hard because I'm just used to click buy, and I don't really have to think about it. And in that way, I feel very blessed. But at the same time, I don't want to take a blessing and make it a curse. So I really want to hold myself accountable, bring myself back, and start really thinking about things before I just jump in to the deep end and just impulsively purchase things simply because I can and simply because I want them. That's not okay. And so I'm realizing that, and so I'm trying to actively do something about that this year. So I hope you guys will be with me on my journey. I hope you guys will hold me accountable. I'm like, well, I just got this. Like, say, hey girl, you're saying you got this just because it was pretty. Like, was that a good purchase? Like, is that overall going to be a good purchase? Like, you got it because the shadows were embossed, but once you use them 3 or 4 times, the embossing is going to go away, and it's just going to be a shadow pan. Will you still love it as much then when it doesn't have the cute embossing? You know what I mean? Things kind of like that. Then it will just look like X, Y, and Z palette. Will you still want to pick it up? Will you still feel inspired when it doesn't have that cute embossing? So I hope you guys will be with me on my journey because I am nervous. And I really don't want to slip and slide. I really want this to be successful. So I am really, really trying, and I am hopeful that this will be successful. So if you guys want to watch my journey, I will be posting every month. Now this one's at the beginning of the month. I think that I will do them at the beginning of every month. So next month will be what I bought in January, then what I got in February. And like I said, the boxy charms and everything will be in there too, so you guys can see that. Then definitely hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you'll be notified of all the videos that pop up. And again, I'm going to be doing panning videos. I already have panning videos on my channel. If you guys want to watch those, I do a Resurrection Shadow Day where I take a palette that's 2 years or more old on Saturdays, and I do a look with them. We kind of relive the older palettes, talk about them, have some fond memories, just kind of chit chat. And like I said, I will be buying newer products, but it will not be at the rate that I used to buy them. And it won't be just because I want to review them. It will be because I actually like the freaking palette or foundation or whatnot that I've purchased. I'm hoping that with this, I will be able to finish doing my itemized inventory of my collection because my collection is so big that it takes weeks to do foundations. It takes weeks to do eyeshadows. It's so lengthy. It's such a lengthy part of time to get them all cataloged, but I want to get them cataloged because I want to see the real numbers, because I want to see things go down. So again, if you guys want to keep seeing this, then please subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you haven't already, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up, not 1 but 2, if you enjoyed this video and any of my other content. If you guys have not already, follow me on Instagram at Londyn so you can see what I do when I'm not here with you on the YouTubes. I'm also on TikTok. Not very good at it, but trying to get better. It's official_Londyn if you want to watch me over there. And guys, I'm just looking forward to this new journey in the new year of hopefully being a very successful panner, hopefully having a successful low buy, and hopefully being able to love my collection as it is and not feel like I need to grow it. I need this other thing that's in it, and really curb my impulses to get just because I can and to want just because someone else has, because that's a very bad pitfall to kind of fall into. So looking forward to a successful 2022. So I hope you guys will go along on the journey with me. If you guys have done a low buy and no buy, been successful, and want to give me any hints, tips, tricks, please, I would be more than thankful for you guys to leave those in the comment section down below, because your girl, this is the first time around, so I'm going to need some of those tips and tricks, no doubt. So again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys always spending your time with me. I appreciate you seeing me in the same red shirt for about the 45th time, but it is what it is. Guys, I love you. I miss you. And until next time, I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Bye.